Oh, so we're live now. We are live from the wood shop. Just trying to get this link shared out. So if you pop up into the chat and I don't see you for a minute, I'll be right there. I'm doing a two-screen thing. Oh, I hope we are all having a nice day. I got another pretty good DIY idea for this stream. Okay, so that's shared out. Now we can come over here and get involved in this. So, all right, now I can see the live stream. I got the chat up and going. So, yeah, here we go. How's everybody doing today? Man, it's grainy out here, huh? My connection's a little bit slow because I'm out in my wood shop. So I'm like 50, 60 feet away from my router for internet. I'm not sure how well this is going to come through. So if somebody's there, let me know. How's it looking? That window over there is really bright, huh? I can't put it there. Oh, kombucha tea. Probiotics. Gotta have my probiotics. Oh, maybe I should turn the volume down on my phone so we don't have to listen to that thing dinging off all the time, shouldn't we? Shouldn't I? Okay, there's that. So, I have to make a new dowel cutting jig because I don't know where mine went. Apparently, I lost when I moved my shop over here. And it would have been something kind of easy to lose because it's just a 2x4 with a couple holes in it. So, kind of hang out for a little while and wait for some other people to stop in. So what I normally do for cutting dowels, I've got this plate that came off of an old tractor piece. So what I normally do when I have to cut a dowel is, because this is a perfect 1/2 inch hole, I usually take a 1/2 inch square piece of stock and just start pounding through it. This is what I've been using since I lost my original dowel jig. So like last year, because I finally I ran out of dowels. But this method sucks. What's up, Tom? Well, how you doing? So I want to make another one. And this one's going to be better. And the idea here is, since I actually don't have any 2x4 material right now, what I'm going to be doing is I've got 1x material. I'm going to glue and screw them together. Southern Indiana, you're not too far from me. I'm in Northeast Ohio. Indiana's only like a 4 or 5 hour drive, I think. So yeah, I'm going to glue and screw these 2 blocks together. And then I'm going to drill, let's see, I want to make I know I need some more 1/2 inch. Maybe a couple 3/8 inch. Drop my tape measure. Couple 3/8 inch dowels, and oh man, I'm just getting stuck. 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch, and I think we'll do a 3/4 inch dowel cutter, and they'll all be on the same jig. So that's my idea. Last time I did this with a 2x4, and it was fairly straightforward to do. This might be one of those Bushcraft twins. How you doing, man? I'm gonna do my best to keep up with the live chat, but this might be one of those, like I mentioned in I think my first live stream, where I have a hard time paying attention to the live chat because I get into what I'm doing. But I'll do my best. This is a pretty simple project. On the road in Arizona. Are you a truck driver? I want to try to angle I'm doing this with my laptop on a ladder because I don't want to put my laptop right on my workbench because just the vibrations and stuff. Let me see if I can tilt this down a little bit so you guys can see like what I'm doing too. Oh, that's cool, man. I used to drive with my dad for Mountain Truck Lines. We were coast-to-coast flatbed haulers. Did a lot of steel, and oh man, the majority of what we hauled was like steel and foam insulation. A lot of the insulation, I believe, came out of like New Mexico, if I remember right. It's been like 9 years since I was on the truck. All right, my bench is dirty. I can't stand a dirty bench. Nuts and bolts everywhere. There we go. That's a little better. I've been in this part of my shop for like a year, and I still don't have everything where I want it. Then again, I think a guy can be in a shop for 20 years and not have things where he wants them. All right, so I believe these are 1x4. Yeah, 1x4. All right, did I leave my... I think I left my screws over here. If I got to use a tool or something, I'll let you guys know so that you can adjust your volume so that you're not getting your ears rattled out. Storage. See, my wife gets the house. I got the garage. And we got like a 3-car garage. But this house and garage has been in my wife's family for like 5 generations. I believe the garage was put up in like the 50s or 60s. So half of the garage when we moved here was like antique tools and like really just a bunch of junk. piled up. So I had to move everything over, and then I built a wall in the very last bay, and that's where my shop's at. So I've got a little, I think I'm like a 12 by 20 shop. It's just a little thing. If I could, though, in all reality, I'd probably downsize that to like 12 by 16. Most of the work that I do is all hand tools, so I don't need a huge shop with a lot of space. I just need to be able to move stuff around. And I don't have, I guess most of what I do is hand tools, so I don't have a whole lot of power tools. Most of my, okay, outside of battery stuff, the only power tools I have is a miter saw, a planer, and a table saw. Everything else is hand tools, which, yeah. All right. Let me see here. That's going to be too long. I think 2-inch screws are going to be too much. Yeah. So yeah, my wife got the house and I got the garage. Except my gear room. I got my gear room. And that was actually her idea too. I'm like, oh, I'll just put everything out in the, protect it and put everything out in the garage. And she's like, no, you're not putting your crossbow and hunting stuff out in the garage. Just take the extra room. I thought that I turned my volume off on this thing. Okay, now it's off. Tripod garage. I think that is now called a she shed. Everybody's building she sheds. But hey, that there's an insurance company that'll cover them if you burn it down, right? I think that's what I saw a while ago. So we were actually, how you doing, Tripod? I gotta go over there and catch up on your channel. It's been a minute. So let me hold on one second, guys. This is why I ran out of dowel rods. Wine bottle bird feeders. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but I use dowel rods around here so the birds have like a little bit of a stick type perch that they can grab a hold of. Your video is very pixelated. I kind of imagine it would be. I don't have the best lighting in here, and I'm probably 60 feet away from my router, and I'm using the webcam on my laptop, so it's not going to be the best. Earlier today, I tried a couple different things to try to, I was trying to use my cell phone and my camera that I shoot my videos with as a webcam, but it just, none of what I was doing was working out, so we're doing it this way. I just brought my laptop out into the shop. I don't have a hammer drill. This one's regular drill and this one's an impact. I had a Ryobi hammer drill and I didn't like it. It just burned through the batteries real fast. Most of my tools are Ryobi. They're cheap. They work. I've had DeWalt's. I've had Milwaukee. And, you know, I've had the same batteries since I bought these tools 4 years ago. And still rocking with them. Impact driver is what that's called. I like this. Is so much better for running screws in. They're affordable. They're good entry-level tools. And I'm a firm believer that if you take care of your stuff, it will last you. I don't think this will be too loud. Oh, my batteries are good, and one's gonna die on camera. Give me a second. As I throw the stuff off on my hardware shelf. Okay. Just got the brushless too. I want to upgrade to the brushless, and I plan on it, but I won't do that until these ones die. I won't replace a tool until what I have is completely useless anymore. Now, all right, I'll give you guys about 10 seconds to adjust your volume because this might be loud coming through the microphone. Because, I mean, it's HalfPace Outdoors. We do loud shit all the time. All right, here we go. I want to glue this first. Where did I? There we go. Tight bond 2. I think my neighbor might walk up the driveway here in a minute. I was doing woodwork till I cut a finger on a table saw, then took up leather working. Hey, leather. I want to get into doing some leather work. It's, again, I think it's just tools, isn't it? Gaming or what? Unwell, I can tell you some of the people I watch a game or what? Tom, you got me a little confused on that one, man. Tripod, that's kind of, I don't have too many corded tools in here for the same reason. The cords just get in my way all the time. Blue's cold. All right, now you might want to adjust your volume. All right, so that was easy. Talk to text can be a little tricky sometimes. Or was my audio not coming through? Okay, I got to hand plane that down a little bit. Oh, maybe that's what I should have done today, was put a new face in my vise. But if I did that, I don't think I'd be able to show you guys that one. White cause special. Let me go for the business. Thanks, twins. I'm gonna just call you twins for short. Hope that's all right. Oh, that's a good deal, tripod. When I bought mine, I bought the whole kit. I got like the drills, the circular saw, and the reciprocating saw all in one kit. Too much. And not enough. There we go. Wow, I've never had this hard of a time setting a plane. I think I've got opposing grains running both ways in this little block that I got glued up. Oh, there we go. That feels better. Got to take a little bit off the left side. I think that'll do. No, a little bit more. Little bit by little bit. David, how you doing, man? We are making a dowel cutting jig in the shop today. Because when I moved my shop, I lost my other one. Being a little tricky for me this time. Yeah, we're doing pretty well here. We had the first ultrasound like last Monday. So we're like 9 weeks along. Baby's doing good. Jefferson, how you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to run this through the table saw. So this might get shaky while I turn it, and then it's going to get loud for a minute. It's not beer. It's kombucha tea. Oh, wow, that's real bright, huh? All right, guys, adjust your audio accordingly. We're about to get loud for a minute. I keep throwing my tape measure everywhere today. And I need my other cord. There we go. That's better. Oh. There's an interesting sound. The table saw coming through a microphone like that. All right, so I've got a flat surface that's square. That's square enough. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I need to apparently tune my table saw. I just came into this one all prepared. Tools need worked on and everything. But for what we're doing, it'll work. Okay, so like I said, I want 3/8 dowels. I want 1/2 inch dowels. And I think I want 3/4 inch dowels. So let's get the bigger square here. Set this at an inch mark. All right, now the idea here is that each one of these holes I make for my dowels, I'm going to end up cutting this block again because I'm going to drill them, and then I got to cut the top off so that the very edge of the very top of those holes is exposed through the top of the surface of the wood. So that's a little bit of the tricky part to this. Let's see, so we will come in put our baseline at 1/2 inch in. And then I'll like go off of that. But the holes are not going to be all centered on the same line, if that makes sense. They're going to be offset a little bit because each hole's got to step up from the next one. Take care, Bushcraft Twins. Thanks for stopping by, man. Three-quarter spade bit, 1/2 inch spade bit, and I need my drill set. Three-eighths. David, we are making a dowel cutting jig. For cutting dowel rods, because I started making wine bottle bird feeders. This is kind of my hobby. When I get stressed out of everything and I can't run off to the woods, I run out into my shop and I build stuff. So I saw an idea on like Pinterest or something a while ago that somebody was doing these, but they had a whole like top assembly and it was more elaborate. But you didn't need the top assembly because there's not enough weight here to compromise the piece that holds the wine bottle. And this is all the movement you get. With a little bit of movement, the birds can push this around and like vibrate it while it's on its stand, and it helps the bird seed fall out. So in making these, I ran out of, I know you guys can't see them very well, but these are dowel rods for the bird's feet to grab when they land, instead of like a flat surface, just something more natural for them to hold on to. And I don't like buying dowel rods because they're expensive. So I make dowel cutting jigs, and I cut my own dowel rods. And I started off with the wrong blade. I want to start with my 3/4 inch. I'm just trying to make sure that I'll clear my screw. Three-quarter. Now this is where it'll get a little tricky, because like I said, I got to have the tops of these holes all line up so that the jig works the way that I want it to for having multiple. It would have been easier to do that without the bit in, huh? So the tops of the holes all have to line up. Okay, I'll try to show you guys as I go. Oh, I don't know if that's going to show up. Can you guys make out this very top line? That's where the hole of the next one's got to be. Okay, there's my 1/2 inch. And here goes the 3/8. I've got a split top bench. I should probably be drilling over the split in my bench so I'm not putting holes in here, huh? It's a workbench. I'll build another one. All right, 3/4, 1/2 inch, 3/8. So now what I got to do, I'm going to run it through the table saw one more time, and I'm going to cut just the very tops of these holes off. And then when that's done, you guys will see in the next step. All right, so get ready to adjust volumes accordingly. And here we go. I didn't go deep enough. We got to do it again. If you guys have ever seen my shop videos, make sure you follow your safety precautions and not mine. Oh, what's up, Huntsman? Just so I can be that neighbor that always borrows your tools and never brings them back. Man, that's Donnie across the street. Borrows my tools all the time. Okay, guys, so like I was saying, you got to cut the tops of the holes off. And now my bench is all dirty again. All right. So once we got the tops cut off the holes, now we got to chamfer them a little bit. Half inch will do. Tell you guys now, this one ain't going to be pretty, but it'll work. I kind of had a toss-up between doing this and bringing the kayak in here and getting it drilled up for all the rigging that's going to go on it. I just want to smooth this edge out a little bit. It is rough. Have to get a fence built for my garden. Paisley is a digger. Yeah. Wait until you guys see the fox footage that I got today. I got some awesome fox footage of one behind the house. I'm kind of wondering if it might have been sick or not, because there's a field behind my house and then another field behind that. And I was seeing it in that field. She laid in the middle of the field for like 5 hours. It looked like she was sitting on top of a goose that was half buried. And we get geese at the pond, so it would have made sense. I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to build a couple more tractor pens for the birds. I got over an hour. I got over an hour of footage on that fox because she just did not move from the area she was in. And I got to go check behind the house to see if it's one of the ones in the den back there. Those fox are probably one of my favorite creatures in the woods to see, because you gotta be able to sneak to get up to them. I'm just worried it might have been a sick one, because last year we had to kill. We killed, between me and the cousins, we killed probably 7 to 10 of them that were all like, they had distemper real bad. They were just, all their fur was gone from mange. They are absolutely beautiful creatures. But I mean, they were so sick. Like, we were seeing them up in our front yard in like the very middle of the day. It was bad. The first one I ended up shooting, I called a wildlife officer to come out and pick it up so they could take it and get it tested to let us know what was going on. And he ended up calling me back like 2 weeks later, 2-3 weeks after that. And it was that one that I shot had distemper. Should have brought one of my saw files over here. Couldn't have a garden without a fence. Our main issue with the garden is our chickens, because they'll go over and like scratch our plants right out of the ground. Okay, Huntsman, if you're wondering what we're doing, we're making a dowel cutting jig for those wine bottle bird feeders, because they used up all my dowel material. And I used a like punch plate for these ones, and they came out like total crap. Your sunrise, what the dogs are gonna see here. Oh man, when I first started dating my wife, it had to be one of the first few times I went to her parents' house out here on the farm. And her mom used to have this little toy fox terrier. Or not a, no, he was a Jack Russell. Yeah, a Jack Russell. So we're sitting there eating dinner, and her dad goes and lets the dog in the house, and he got sprayed by a skunk while he was outside. Oh my God. That was like, I've caught skunks in traps, but when you get that in an enclosed environment, oh, it is so much worse. It's so much worse. That was horrible. Okay, so we got our holes with the tops cut off. We got our chamfers made around the holes. I know you guys can't see that very well. Billy Goat, how you doing? We are live in the wood shop today. Something a little bit different. And I need a clamp, so give me a second. Or, no, I don't. I got one down here. Split top bench. I can go right down through the center. And I dropped my tape again. It's forever falling off my pocket today. I should probably show you guys this before I put it in the vise, huh? So the idea here is once the holes are drilled, we take our chisel, and this works just like a wooden block plane. We'll have to take our chisel and clamp it onto the block like that. And then as you run the dowel through, it cuts off on the, or as you run the stock through making the dowel, it'll cut on the chisel as it's going through. The trick is getting the angle of the chisel right. Too much. There we go. That's more better. Yep. So it's like a clamp together plane almost. Okay. Now I need a piece of 3/4 inch stock. Appreciate it, man. Be safe driving. All right, I think I'm gonna have to cut this because I'm not seeing any. Oh, what's that? Give me a second. Adjust volumes accordingly because I'm about to run a saw for a second. Nah, cut it off with a handsaw. Okay, where did I put my knife at? Here's bushcraft for you. Utility blade, right? I just got to whittle this down enough so that my drill can grab a hold of the end of it. I have seen some guys use, they'll put like a socket on the end, but I've had just as good results this way. I think that'll work. I gotta go a little bit more. Not the big boy. Sort of a homemade lathe. Almost. It's kind of how it works. I had a lathe until about 6 months ago. I had a, it was a Delta double duty. It was a 1930s lathe. I sold it because I could not find parts for it, and I couldn't find anybody to machine me the parts that I needed. I was heartbroken the day I had to let that one go. All right, I've got a little bit of a better idea here. Sounds like a heavy one for sure. It was, I couldn't move it on my own. I had to have my wife come out and help me whenever I had to move it. Okay, that'll be easier now. There, got a nice little nub on that. Got to make that nub a little bit smaller yet. This is one of those moments where I'm not watching my chat, but you guys are hanging out, so that's all right. Oh, it should work now. Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe there we don't go. Come on now. Seat inside of there. There it goes. Something to that effect. But before I run it through here, I'm going to knock my edges off to make it a little bit more cylindrical shape, make the job easier. So the main reason that I wanted to test out if we could live stream from the shop is because I want to do the Crawling Up Cripple Mountain live series from out here instead of in the gear room. Just so that we're closer to being outdoors instead of in the house. Jeff Jackson, how you doing, man? Glad to see you can make it over. Okay, we're a little bit more rounded out there. So I'm going to chamfer this end a little bit so that it fits inside of there to start. Oh, I should have brought the turkey calls out here and we could have called for some coffee. Taco sounds good. I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight. She just got home not that long ago. It's a little modest shop, but I like it. Should the day come we actually get out of here, I want to get a I want to build a shipping container shop. I just think that'd be a fun project. Okay, guys, go ahead and adjust. Gunslinger, what's up, man? I hope I didn't miss you up there in the... Oh, I did miss you a while ago, didn't I? All right, let's see how well this is going to work out. Success, guys. There we go. 3/4 inch dowel rod. Boom. All right. Can you tell I like it when things work out? Huh. Let's see. I don't think I have any 1/2 inch stock cut. Okay. So here's one of my 1/2 inch from yesterday and one of the new 3/4. We got a little bit of a taper going on down to about here. Yeah, I mean, if you guys watch the, I don't have it up yet. I still got to even edit it out. But the video about making the bird feeders, you guys will see how I turn my. Well, here I can actually show you now because I said I don't have other stock cut at the moment. So you can use your a orbital sander as something like a drum sander. I do this all the time, and it's probably not healthy for the sander, but it works for me. Just clamp your orbital sander down. Go ahead and adjust volumes accordingly, guys, because this will be a little bit loud-ish. It's probably going to rattle half the stuff off my table. Works out pretty well. Yeah, I've been doing that forever. Bench sander. That's the term I was looking for. Okay, I see a drill press trick. Get a drill press, lay it on its side, make a jig for the other end of the material, DIY lathe. That would work. That would work. I want to get like a, Grizzly makes a little benchtop style lathe that's pretty good. I'd like to get one of those, but then again, right now, even when I had a lathe before it broke and I needed parts for it, I just didn't do a whole lot of turning projects. I just want to cut the taper off of that so that I've got a nice uniform dowel rod out of this. Oh. Well, that didn't go where it was supposed to. All right. So there we go. Let's see. I made a lure from a broom handle before and caught a catch and release. How you doing? I saw your video the other day of the walleye and sauger on the river. That was pretty good. I might have to take a drill press and try that out when I get one. That's my next tool purchase, is a drill press. So yeah, we are DIYing some dowel rods in the shop today. Don't need people to get my spot. Never give up your spots, man. Okay, I think I want to try. I'm at a standstill, kind of. Because in order for me to get 1/2 inch stock, I got to run a bunch of stuff through the planer. And that's not something you guys are going to want to watch. It is loud. It takes a lot of time. Tabletop lathe is pretty handy. They don't take up much room. No, they don't. I mean, the Grizzly one I'm looking at, it'll do like 24 or 36 inches, I think. Which would be plenty for me. Oh, did you miss the dowel rod, Steve? We actually ran that through. My planer is a Porter cable, so it is not just loud, but it screams. Let me I gotta have another. Here, I'll just do a shorty. Man, I really need to replace the face in this vise. When I did the DIY Hudson Bay axe, you can actually see it when I knocked the chunk of metal off of the axe head. I broke the face in the wooden face in my vise. Let's cut the ugly parts off. Okay, chamfer the end of that. Throwing wood chips right at my computer. Coming at you. Yeah, I wanted to test doing a live stream out here because I want to do the Crawling Up Cripple Mountain live series from the shop instead of being in the house until we get the the shelter sewn together, and then we'll be able to be as far out into the yard as we can be. Because yeah, with the Crawling Up Cripple Mountain series, we're gonna DIY an entire. I'm actually changing it a little bit. It's not going to be a Mountain Man kit. We're going to recreate a free trappers kit. And the free trappers were the trappers who went out. It didn't work for the companies. They trapped for themselves and sold their furs directly to the fur buyers. They did not go out and trap and then have to turn their furs over to a company man. So part of what they carried would have been their shelter, and that, contrary to popular belief, they did not just carry a waxed canvas tarp. They usually carried a waxed canvas wedge tent. So it'll either be the tent or a possibles pouch. That's going to be the first project we do on that. The Hudson Bay was the least paying fur company that you could work for. Their salary was only $300 to $400 a year. Rocky Mountain Fur Company, their average wage in the 1860s. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. We got a really nice knot right there. The average wages that the fur trappers made working for the Rocky Mountain Company was like $600 a year. The trappers have never, the free trappers were the only ones that really made a lot of money doing it, and they still didn't make a whole lot. For those guys, it was more about the lifestyle than it was the money they were bringing in, because they were able to be free people. They were able to go about their lives the way that they wanted to, until the Indians decided to start scalping them. But all right, we're cutting that knot right off of here. Let's try that again. And I mean, even back in the days when trapping was a big thing, the only fur that was worth a lot of money was beavers. It was called a rendezvous. Stubbornness, Jeff. Complete and total stubbornness is what took me so long to do that. But yeah, Steve, that was called a rendezvous. They actually still have those today. All right, here we go. We're about to cut this. So, oh, I got to get that out of the drill, huh? All right. Who's watching? Here we go. Oh, and we sheared the end off. I ripped it right off. Round 2. I'll make this one work, even if it's just going to be a little stubby thing. All right, now let's try it. Oh, come on. My drill's not wanting to grab this one. Oh, my battery's about to die because I forgot to plug that back in, huh? Hold on, guys. Oh, that would have been real good. You know what? No, I did not take the edges off because I got all excited. All right. I know I got another one. Give me a second. Here we go. We'll just have to work this one down a little bit. I got too much stuff in my way right now. What's up? Dinner. All right. I'm going to do one more and then I'll be in the house. Oh, we got a nice knot in that one too. If your saw ever starts sticking, rub wax on it. Yeah, she came out to let me know dinner's ready, but it's okay. We got a little bit of time. The Queen, the Governor. Oh, my grandparents. I'll call them back later. I was looking for the fort name of a story I heard. A lot of them stopped in like 1840 when things got bad out there. D. Steed? Is that you, Donnie? Are you creeping on me from across the street? You are, aren't you? Oh, were you looking for like Fort Henry was one of the more famous ones. What's the matter, Donnie? You can't come over and bother me when I'm in the yard filming. You got to come over and bother me on the live stream. I know Fort Henry was one of the more famous ones. Man, I'm drawing a blank on that right now. This is like a 1.5 by 1.5 piece, so it's taking me a little while to shape it down. Yeah, you can't have Maker's Mark at work, huh? Man, I should have just ran this through the table saw a couple times. I think is. That should fit in well. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so now let's plane the edges off. Hey, Jess, how you doing? We are making a DIY dowel cutter today. If I can get a hold of this board. Am I being loud enough yet? Getting round is a little hard to hold on to. Oh, that'll work. Donnie, if you're still watching, you're gonna have to bring me over that the rest of that cedar chest so I can finish it. Hey, you guys want to meet the neighbor's skunk? Do all kinds of wild stuff on these live streams. Hear me and the huntsman talking about skunks smelling up the house, and Donnie's talking about bringing his over. Connection unstable. I wonder if the kid's watching the show in there or something. Hey, Donnie, bring Fiona over. I'll eat when I'm done. Come on, my time. All right, you guys ready for this? Still there, Huntsman? I'm going to wait until you comment so that I know you're watching. Oh, there you are. That lemon ginger kombucha is weird. All right, here we go. Damn, we sheared that one off too. I wonder if I'm trying to make them too long. Oh, here comes Donnie. Okay, I think I made that one too long. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Jeff. That, and you should be making dowels out of hardwood. This is pine. You should be using like cherry, oak, poplar, ash. So I'm making it inherently harder on myself. What's up, neighbor?
Oh, buddy.
Man, we got one wild live stream going on.
Never know what's going to happen around here.
Right?
What are you over here making?
It's a dowel rod cutter.
Oh.
So this is the neighbor's skunk.
Say hi, Dee. You know you can't edit me out live, right?
No, we can't edit this. It's
oh,
live.
shit.
I know, we're in trouble.
Hey, that's my ear, Fiona.
Oh. Yeah, it's a pretty fat piece, and that's long. But the main issue is because it's pine, so it's real soft and it breaks easy to begin with. Scent glands removed? Yeah, you had to. Yeah.
Yeah, we bought her captive. You just look like you're having too much fun with this.
It's a little frustrating. I've tried 3 of them now. No, this would be the second one that I busted the end of it off in the drill. I need to get some oak and some cherry. But I'm kind of at a loss for hardwoods this year because I'm not working at the greenhouses right now.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
This counts as bushcraft, right?
Oh, and as far as the cedar chest, not on your life. Perfect the way it is.
All right. You had me do the top, so.
It's perfect the way it is.
Okay.
And what you did on the top is absolutely perfect. My mom loved it when she came up.
As long as you guys like it. I just figured you'd want the finish to all match.
You know, when I put the top back on, it's pretty close. It doesn't, it looks really good.
All right, let's try this again. Not in there far enough. It's not. It's because everything is shut down. Everybody panicked over this virus. You gonna take her back over?
Oh, I'm just.
Okay.
She's
Everybody
over playing
freaked
with
out
the
about this
grandkids.
virus and shut everything down. So I have nowhere that I can take my kid so that I can go to work at the greenhouses. That's kind of my escape. And I mean, I work at greenhouses, so garden season comes around and you get all the plants for free. Yeah, you're right, Gunslinger. It's all bushcraft now. Our bushcraft dowel rod cutter. Maybe I'll go back in and change the name on this. There we go. Work. All right, let's try this again.
What are you doing, Fiona?
It's just shearing off. This is not good wood for this. All right, I need to go get some oak or some cherry because it just keeps busting off inside of the drill. But we did get about 3 inches on there. Damn. That sucks. I wonder if I can tell you guys what. We'll try doing a little 1/2 inch one here.
That is my ear, Fiona. Talk about a weird feeling.
All right, let's
Need a bigger drill.
kind of.
Should have said about over that big 1/2 inch drill of mine. You could try it with it.
I think that's got a 1/2 inch chuck in it. It's an animal show in the wood shop
Hey, call
on
me
the
an
HalfPace
animal.
Outdoors live feed.
Call me an animal. I mean, it is kind of fitting.
Your wife right there.
Well, I do have my moments.
All right, let's try tapering that down now.
Hey, Fiona, tell everybody bye. We'll take you back over to the house. Say bye. Bye-bye.
See you later, girl.
She is so docile anymore. She doesn't even try to bite the grandkids anymore.
Oh, that's awesome.
If I was her, I'd bite some of them. Yeah, Noah, the next to the youngest,
Mm-hmm.
was feeding her chicken nuggets and French fries through the gate.
Oh, nice.
My good Lord, my stock's gonna weigh a ton. Hey, is one of these mine?
I have to stain yours. If you want to take one and stain it yourself, I don't care.
I have plenty of stain.
That's up to you.
Well, I want the prettier one.
Then take the prettier one. Hold on while I do business.
Right. Speaking of which, I can't order me small things All right, buddy, stop over after you get done.
All right, man. Okay, let's try this again. See, they're just too freaking soft. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some oak or some cherry for these. He's a riot. I tell you what, I have never, growing up, my parents did not get along with the neighbors. Every time we had somebody move in next door, my stepdad was starting to fight with them. So I never had good neighbors while we lived in town. And when we moved out here, it took them about 3 years of us living out here before they came in. And I just didn't talk to them. I'm not a very social person, so I'm very introverted. Yeah, the socket idea might work better. Softwood, brother. Happens to everyone sooner or later. Right? So when they moved in, I just didn't talk to them. I wanted to fight with my neighbors. It was just growing up, it was easier for me to not talk to people and not have to worry about any kind of conflict. So last year we had a microburst hit our farm. They call it a microburst, but we had a tornado touchdown in our front yard, and we had biggest tree that was taken down had 87 rings on it, and it was 4 foot in diameter. So after all the trees came down, Donnie and his wife came over to make sure that we were okay. And then they helped us enormously with cleaning the mess up. So we got really close with these guys, and we actually developed a really good relationship with our neighbors for a change. They're good people. A little weird, but they're good people. I mean, you can see even with the proportions of me standing on top of that tree to kind of show like how big it is. I still don't feel that the picture did it justice. That tree was absolutely massive. The guy that came out and took the logs off of our yard had to go back home and get a bigger piece of equipment to come out and load the trunk of that big one. Take it easy, tripod. Thanks for coming over, man. I mean, it was huge. And that storm, we had 4 pines out in front of the house. It ripped all 4 of the pines out of the ground. And then I know if you guys have looked in like the background of some of my other videos that are shot right around the house, you'll see over in the cow fence where there's uprooted trees. That same storm took those right out too. And none of the trees that came down, except for the ones in my front yard, 3 of the trees in my front yard were laying in the same direction. The 4th one was laying in the opposite direction of those. And then if you look at the trees that are in the background of some of the other ones besides the house, no, Guitar Man, I'm watching my signal drop. Like my bars are going up and down, so it's definitely here. Take it easy, Jefferson. Oh, wait, no, that's tripod leaving. Never mind. So none of the trees that were uprooted are laying in the same direction. All of the trees that are on the other side of that cow fence are, like, some go this way, some go that way, some are pointed this way. And it tore off all the way across our farm, and it lifted off over at the cousin's house in the woods, and it took out a good 30 trees in our woods. And then there was like another 15 to 20 of them down around the edges of the fields. It was insane. It was absolutely crazy. And we didn't even get to see, like, I saw the tree that came down and hit our chimney, but we didn't get to see the other trees come down. We had no idea that they even came down because of how hard the rain was hitting the house and then how high the wind was blowing. So I saw that one coming down, and I yelled at Sarah and Deegan to go to the basement, and I ran upstairs to make sure that it didn't come like through the roof. It took half our chimney off. So yeah, it was like Sarah's legit got some PTSD from that. She freaks out every time there's wind now. She gets real nervous and panicky. It was driving home. It looked like a war zone that day. It was, man, that was nuts. That was completely insane that day. I could not believe it. Exactly. And we got to know you guys. I am. All right, y'all. I got to get off here, head in the house and get some food. So thanks for coming over. It's been fun. I'll have to, when I get some oak, we'll have to retry this. Well, not when I get some oak. I've got some oak. It's all in pallets. I just got to tear some pallets apart. But, yeah. I know some of you saw that one work out. Where did I even put it now? Fell down through the bench. So there's the one that we got done. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for watching. Now that I know that this works out here, we're going to be doing the Crawling Up Cripple Mountain live out here, where we're going to DIY a Mountain Man and Fruit Trappers kit. So I'm not exactly sure when we're getting that one off yet. I know that it's not going to be too much later in sure. It's going to be pretty soon when we get that going. Probably towards the beginning of next week. And we are going to start live streaming the Gear Room episodes too. Those ones will probably be like Tuesdays or Wednesdays. And I think what I'm going to do is do 1 week where we do a Gear Room live stream, and then the next week we do a Crawling Up Cripple Mountain live stream. So, yeah. All right, guys. I got to shut this thing off. I got something to eat. So, thanks for coming over. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, as always, find your way. Thanks, guys.